The 12th annual Maker Faire Orlando is coming up this weekend. Joining me now is Stefan Price from Makers. Hello, good to see you, Stefan.
Thank you, good morning.
Yeah, we're so glad that you're here.
Pleasure to be here.
I love what we've got set up. We're going to talk about all of that, but first, people may or may not be familiar with Maker Faire. If our viewers are here, you know, Orlando has this really cool event. Explain to our community, if they're not, you know, informed enough about it and they don't know of it, what is Maker Faire?
Maker Faire is an amazing event where a lot of different creative people come together to show off what they make, why they make it, how they make it, everything from electronics and robotics to people that spin their own yarn and knit and make art and build costumes and all different kinds of things. Anything that is creative in making, from wood turning to metal, is all experienced there at Maker Faire.
All right, so I've got a crafty kid, and my littlest is always into a project, and I feel like this would just blow her mind. Some of the things that are being made. How did you yourself get into something like this?
I started as a very young maker. There wasn't the term at the time, but I was building models and working with all different kind of art projects. And
you sound just like my
I started
little,
when I was really young, and then but I wanted to do special effects in movies since I was like 11 years old. And when I was 17, I got a chance to start working for a props and special effects company, and then have been doing it ever since. So I've been about 27, 30 years now. So
you turned the arts and crafts and the hobby into a professional thing.
Absolutely.
Here. Good for you. But let's talk about Maker Faire and the events that are happening there. What are some of the things that for you love seeing at Maker Faire?
My favorite events at Maker Faire are, I love the robot ruckus, which is robot battles.
Oh, wow.
I love the Power Wheels racing, where adults have taken child's Power Wheels cars, souped them up, and raced them in like a Mario Kart style race.
What?
It's very silly and fun.
Oh, okay, we got some video. I saw a quick clip.
Video.
Okay.
And then there's a lot of different kind of creative people doing unique things with tools and materials, making unusual and creative projects, everything from costumes to building, you know, ways to plus up their experience with technology.
Yeah.
So there's so many different things on display.
We really have seen so much with like 3D printing come into the mix here. We're going to move through this real quickly here so we don't run out of time. Kind of tell us what you brought, because these are amazing things. And is this all your work?
This is all work that I have done. There may be some collaborations that have happened with some other people.
What are these?
So these are some dragon eggs that I built for it was a corporate event to launch with a mega dragon themed show that might be on a major network.
Okay,
and so we were asked to build a whole
Thrones,
set.
Games, winter's coming.
And so we did a corporate event where we did a promotion. We built a whole castle set, and it was a meet and greet with one of the performers, and we built some dragon eggs so that way the guests could take a picture with something, and there was all this kind of stuff.
And is this like a kaleidoscope?
So this is what's called the zoetrope, and this is one of the things I'm going to be featuring pretty heavily.
And this is like basically how animation began, where it would spin and you would see a picture moving. Motion pictures.
Everything that everyone is experiencing right now on their home television screen or their mobile device is based off of this principle of perception of vision, that we can flash a series of images and see motion where there is none.
Yeah, so what they don't know is at home there are 30 pictures flashing before their eyes every second.
Absolutely.
That's how the frames of television work. This thing over here is so cool, and I don't want to run out of time. We've got to wrap you here. But what is this?
This is a slice of a larger three-dimensional zoetrope that I built off the mascot of Maker Faire, which is Makey the robot.
Here, let's hold that up right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right here.
Makey the robot.
Makey the robot is the mascot of Maker Faire.
Oh, cool.
And I built a three-dimensional stroboscopic zoetrope, which is a really long term for saying I have a big disc with a bunch of robots that flashes a light at it and it looks like it's moving. So it's stop motion that happens live before your face. I built a smaller display because it's very large to fit through regular sized doors. So I built a smaller display, and then shortly after we took it to a promotional event for Maker Faire a couple years ago. An art gallery owner said, could you like switch these out and bring this back as like monsters for our Halloween show? And I was like,
sure.
They're like, you got 3 days. And I was like, great. So we did it. We turned all the Makeys into monsters. So
this is so cool. I mean, I'm just blown away. I know there's a whole lot more here, and you could check it out at Maker Faire Orlando this Saturday and Sunday. It's happening at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. We're going to make it easy so you can get all this information. Just go online to WESH.com. Stefan, thanks for your time today.
Thanks a lot. My pleasure.
Congrats on all the amazing work.
I hope everyone comes out to Maker Faire.
Yeah. Yes, and you're inspiring. I love that. My little ones and the future generation of makers like yourself.
It is for everyone young and old.
I love it.